Ask any Luhya from Kakamega County, where Stanley Livondo hails from, what his name means. Just ask them, what does Livondo mean? Yeah, because names have meanings. And sometimes those meanings can be relevant to the issues surrounding these people. Yeah. Now, Livondo means a swelling somewhere in the body that has water. Yeah, it could be blood and pus, it could just be water, but it is a swelling that has water. Now, this perfectly illustrates the Stanley Livondo manenos, because they are earth-shattering developments. Livondo was at the DCI talking to detectives, allegedly giving them evidence, naming names of people who are ready to come forward with information to assist the DCI detectives in investigating the very serious allegations Livondo made at the homecoming of Moses Kuria. Wah. Drama bin drama, Arab drama, ole drama, mto drama, nyar drama, zote pamoja. Well, my work here is to keep you ahead of the game, to keep you very well informed of what is really happening in the background, of what significant events in Kenyan politics actually mean and imply going forward. And that's exactly what I'm doing in this show you're about to enjoy. Karibu sana! Hii maneno ya Stanley Livondo, wacha tu. Now, the latest, in case you've missed it, is that Bwana Stanley Mr. Moneybags Livondo turned up at the DCI, was summoned, and sat down with the detectives, to give them pointers, evidence, allegedly, so that they can investigate further about the very sensational, scary revelations he made at Moses Kuria's homecoming. Now, this is a very significant development. Why? Many people, after Livondo's earth-shattering remarks, dismissed him, dismissed the remarks. Some even called for Bwana Livondo's arrest. And of course, those are people who do not understand Kenyan politics. Those are people who have no idea about some of the key historical facts linked to our politics. Now, Livondo going to the DCI with his lawyer and talking to detectives should open the eyes of those who still think these allegations will come to nothing. That should open their eyes. Because remember, the DCI is controlled by government. The DCI has close links to the executive. The DCI cannot do anything that is contrary to the government. Let me just leave it at that. Now, what Bwana Livondo had to say when he emerged from his long meeting with the detectives of the DCI is that he has given names. In fact, he expanded on what he told us earlier. He told the press that there's a huge network linked to whoever was responsible for the 2 attempts on our beloved president. Because even if you don't like the man, you have no option but to respect the office. Protect the office at all costs. That's the truth. And that's what every patriotic Kenyan should do. It doesn't matter what side of the political divide you're on. Bwana Livondo also asked for protection. And he added, that he had asked the detectives to give extra protection to the names he gave to the people who are ready to come forward and give evidence. That what Bwana Livondo is telling us is the truth. And that actually a network linked to this man who was responsible for the 2 attempts actually exists. Now, there are a lot of things I can't talk about on this public channel. But let me just say this. There is a lot of evidence, even in my WIBs, that what Bwana Livondo is saying about networks linked to this man is true. And that is why I highly recommend my weekly intelligence briefings number 33, which talks about the Kisumu incident, where the president did not board his plane, and instead went to a place which is not known with Raila Odinga for about 4 hours, 5 hours. That weekly intelligence briefings number 33, you must take in, to understand a bit more about this Livondo issue. I highly recommend it. Now, of course, you can see details on your screen right now. Just send a blank email, a quick blank email, to the email address you see on your screens right now, and you'll get an automated response giving you full payment details on how you can join the WIB family and get hold of this WIB number 33 and all other very explosive weekly intelligence briefings, highly sensitive information, which I cannot discuss on this channel. Go for it. Now, I need to draw your attention to something very interesting. The name Livondo, in Luya, guess what it means? It means a swelling, in a certain part of the body, anywhere in the body, which, when poked, removes liquid. The liquid could be pus or pus and blood, or whatever it is. But it is a swelling, full of water. Imejaa maji. In other words, it is something that forms in the body that somebody looks at and says, hapa iko kitu. Na hiyo kitu ambaye iko sio mzuri, ni kitu ambaye inadhuru mwili, something harmful to the body. Now, that is just crazy, because that is precisely what this Livondo issue is all about. Iko kitu, I assure you. And many Kenyans have already realized, iko kitu. There is something. It is possible that this will only be used as a distraction, to send a message to the deputy president's team, so that they funga brakes, so that they slam on the brakes in whatever moves they wanted to make against the president. That's a political play. That is highly likely. And it is possible that this dance will continue at the DCI, back and forth with Mr. Livondo. But you see, even if it unravels like that, it will have an impact. Indeed, it has already had an impact. Many supporters of the deputy president have been forced to apply emergency brakes and to start thinking. I kid you not. And I'm sure at the end of it all, the impact of this swelling with water will be huge. Because there's definitely a swelling, and there's definitely something inside. There's some liquid, although we're not sure what kind of liquid. Whether it is pus with blood, or it is just water. But sooner rather than later, we will have a pretty good idea. For a long time on this channel, we have had a slogan: next month's headlines today, or next year's screaming headlines today. And this is a perfect example. A story we carried in 2019 is now headlines in 2022. It proves that something that is deeply researched with good contacts, good information, even if it does not come to light immediately. As long as it is the truth, one day in future, could even take decades, it will come out. Yeah, and this is an excellent example of that. And that is why I highly recommend that WAB, which I did in 2019. More so because that WAB answers the question and gives you evidence of who sent Livondo. Or as some people like to put it, who Livondo's owner is. Because that's a very important question. Without answering that question, you can never make the link, solid link, between the utterances of Livondo and Sagana 3. You can't. Because somebody will ask you, prove it. Yes, how do you prove it? All the proof is in WAB number 33. And that email address is in front of your screens once again. Don't lose this opportunity. Now, I observed something super fascinating as Livondo talked to the press. On this channel we look very carefully at body language. Livondo was nervous. What? Yes, you heard me right. Livondo was nervous. He was looking over his shoulder, body language. Why? Why should he be nervous? And something else. Livondo already had the security around him. If you looked carefully, if you review the video carefully, you will see it. Now I'm aware most of us are not very good at spotting these guys. And that's why I'm here. Analyzing everything for you. Okay? So take it from me. There were 2-3 bodyguards already there with Bwana Livondo. So why should he still be nervous? I think the answer to that question emphasizes that what Bwana Livondo is telling us may be the truth. And Bwana Livondo is well aware of the dangers he's facing. Because when you expose this kind of people, you should expect consequences. You should expect attempts to silence you. That's the truth. I know this is very scary, but it tells us a lot. We should never gloss over issues, take issues casually. Always listen carefully. Even if you think somebody's talking rubbish, listen carefully. Use your brains, your beautiful brains gifted to you by Almighty God, and think through the issues. And then in most cases, most instances, it will become very clear to you what direction an issue is taking. And this issue is serious. I'll of course keep you updated going forward, but at least now you have a heads up. You know a lot of things others who never visit this channel do not know. Thank you very much for your support. I remain humbled as your servant, working around the clock to ensure that you're always ahead, those of you taking this channel. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.